Jai Hind everyone, my name is Sweetie and today is my 84th day of 90-day challenge of spoken English. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a very basic thing, but it is very necessary. See, I always tell you one thing, that being a Haryanvi, it was very difficult for me to start this journey of spoken English. When I started this journey, at that time I didn't have any environment, because I used Haryanvi in my school days, in my college, and at that time I didn't have even a one person to whom I can practice with. So what I did, what are the steps I took at that time? See, of course we know that it is the essential thing. So what I did at that time, I started spending time with English. But it doesn't mean that it is essential thing we have to start instantly spending more time, because we know that English is difficult for us. That's why if we start in the starting, if we spend more time, then it would be boring for us, because we know that it is difficult for us. So what are the steps we should take? See, like if I talk about me, I know that it is hard for me. This is not the very this is not the very serious thing, though. I mean, you have to be tell yourself, okay, it is a, you know that it is a difficult thing, but you can break the that particular thing, that what are the steps you should take in, so it will be easy. Like what I did, I know that I didn't have anyone. So what I did, I started adding practices one by one in my routine. Like what I did in the starting, I know that I didn't know the grammar. I didn't get the speeches of English at that time in the starting. So I started spending time to 5 to 10 minutes. I started watching videos. Okay, and at that time I started watching short movies of English. Okay, and when it was like that, story type. So when I started taking interest in it, I started increasing time, because we have to be, see, it doesn't mean that if you take your first step, then you have to be you have to be increase more and more time. No, you have to be do this journey gradually. If you think that after taking first step, so everything you can take this thing in a fast way, no. I mean, I when I followed these steps gradually one by one, so it will be easy for me. And still, as I talked about yesterday I faced lots of problem. I didn't know what happened with me, but it doesn't mean, why I told you this thing, because you know what, even though now I started all the practices, I mean that written part and all the practice that I do, still I'm facing problem. And if we are in the very beginning of our journey, if we start all the practice at the same time, so it was difficult for me at that time. I mean, so that's why I started taking one practice at a time. And after spending time for a week with that particular practice, then I added another one. And okay, then after 1 week, when I used to, after watching that video, I started writing the idea of those videos. And and after that I started speaking by myself in the mirror or making video. So at that time, like when I'm very when I was familiar with all the practices, then I increasing spending time with English. Like I started doing all the practice in a day. Otherwise it was difficult for me. So that's why I'm saying, see, like as it is my 84th day, still I'm facing problem. And if I started all the practice doing at that time at the same time, so it was difficult for me. And like if something when something is new to us, we have to be give our time in a gradual way. Otherwise, otherwise we will we will face lots of problem. And sometime, like sometime, yes, sorry, like sometime what happened with us, like as yesterday happened with me. Sometime our mind cannot work as we think. So it doesn't mean that if on that particular day you are not able to do that, perform your performance, so it doesn't mean that you are not you cannot do that thing. You know what, yesterday, as I told you that I spent for 1.5 hour to make that 6 to 7 minutes video. But I know that, you know what, I didn't feel that pressure, that okay, I know I know I was facing problem, but I didn't feel bother. because because I know I'm practicing. I made mistakes, so I have to be reduced, I have to be work on them. So there's no need to be worried, there's no need to be bother. That's why I'm saying there is no need to be worried. If you don't have that environment, you have starting spending time with English. In the starting you have to be give less time. When you are familiar with that practice, with that part, so you can add that another one practice, like me. Okay, so if you, I mean, I know today I made mistake, so it's okay, but I am here to know my mistakes, and after knowing my mistakes I can work on them. Okay, so thank you so much. If you think that my efforts will help you, so please bear with me, stay tuned with me. Thank you for supporting me. Jai Hind.